Okay. Can you guys see my screen? I just need like a couple thumbs. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks. I appreciate it. All right. So today we are talking about what does it mean to do the mindset work and why this can be your missing link. So a question that I've been asking a lot of you recently, it's just been coming up a lot. Makes sense because I'm also kind of on the same journey. Is are you doing the mindset work? And usually when I ask somebody that, you guys kind of look at me like, well, what the fuck does that mean? Kind of thing. Like, am I? Right? Um, and that's what we're gonna work on today. Because this should be something that you are doing on a daily basis without missing. And I want you to think of all of the amazing habits that you have so far, right? You've already mastered drinking your water. Cool, great habit. Well, hopefully mastered, right? Steps there, workouts there, nutrition there, right? Or maybe all of those are getting there, right? Now we need to get this to be there every single day as well. Not only to like benefit this journey here, but because you have so many other goals and so many other journeys in your life. Like you are working in a professional field, you're getting a new job, you're I don't know, working towards, we have some marathon runners. You want to be a better parent or a better partner, right? There's so much more to you than just fitness. Obviously, I'm here to get you to XYZ goals, but that's not the only thing that we want of you, right? So let's get into it today. And this is something that you guys are going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. So why does mindset work matters? For the most part, a lot of you have gone through therapy already. Like you've done some type of therapy. If you haven't, do that. Therapy got most of you started. But therapy often I find, not all the time, but it's like processing a lot of like the past, like past traumas, overcoming that. Why do I think XYZ? Where was I brought up? That's a lot of it. And yes, that is so, so, so important, but there has to be a part of that where we're also thinking like future. And we're not only processing traumas and XYZ and like having those tools. Like, okay, most importantly, now how can I start living in that future and how can I always start thriving to work towards her? Right? Daily mindset work is about building that future identity. So without it, what happens is we run into inconsistency, stress, overwhelm, spinning our wheels, and with it, we have peace, we have power, we have confidence, consistency, and we get faster results. Something that we want to pay attention to here is regardless, you could be doing the same exact thing. Like you could be working out, you could be hitting your macros, you could be hitting your water, you could be going to work, like you could be doing all of the things, but all of those things could feel very stressful and overwhelming for you, or they can feel like everything is always in alignment for me. I am abundant, I'm peaceful, I'm powerful, I'm confident, and I'm continuously progressing. It's the same habits, right? Obviously, part of that is like if you're not being consistent, the mindset work is going to get you there. But also, it's mentally not feeling as like an anxious gal here, it's not feeling like all of these things are so overwhelming for me. So, a little bit about my journey. So, therapy, I mentioned as what already is like getting over traumas, learning the tools, and how, oh, this is why I am the way I am, kind of thing, and then how we can start to move forward with new thing happens in my life. Cool. Now I have the tools that therapy taught me. Something that I found is that you eventually like graduate, right? Your therapist eventually tells you like, okay, you don't have to come every single week or you come every 2 weeks. Obviously, there's eras to that. You can go see a therapist, you can go see a new one, you can do this all the time. But something that I noticed is like, cool. I was in therapy for like 2-ish more years, 2 or so years. And then eventually, like, I felt like I wasn't connecting as much with my therapist. And I felt like myself, I'm a very positive person. I'm a very dedicated person. I'm a very, like, you tell me something and I'll spin it into something very positive and very powerful and I'll overcome it. All right. But recently, my mentor asked me because I like to get sometimes into my self-saboteur. So she was coming out, right? I don't like her. So everything was kind of crashing down on me, and I'm having these limiting beliefs, and I'm like constantly thinking in scarcity. So I brought that up to my mentor. He goes, "Are you doing the mindset work every day?" And I looked at him, and I'm like, "The same way that you guys look at me. You're like, what do you mean? I mean, I'm positive, I'm dedicated, like I'm powerful, and all those stuff. I do my affirmations. Like, what does that necessarily mean?" Right? From there, he booked me in with one of hypnotherapist. So it was very, very different for me. If you guys are open to it, I am trying to get like a session with her. She's like really, really cool, kind of like meditation. Hypnosis is a little bit different. And this helped me understand more of like that mind body connection and really get me back into that thing that I was missing every single day. Right. The reason that I talk you through all of this is because recently in my hypnosis, I realized like when I was in therapy and when I was journaling and doing all of my things every single day, like my mindset was sharp, right? But eventually, again, like I don't want to constantly think about my traumas and like my childhood. Like I'm over it. Cool. Like I'm a like, I'm a new version of me, right? But now how can I think of future Nicole all of the time? So the reason I'm telling you this is like, I want you to ask yourself now and forever, what tools am I using in this era of life? So, one of the tools that you guys are using is this. And if you pair it with hypnosis or therapy or like whatever, this is like still a tool. Now, eventually, I mean, in 10 years, you're not working with me. Like, I mean, you guys can work with me forever if you want, but eventually, we want to get to the point where you're constantly asking yourself this question. What tools am I using in this era of life to make sure that I am on point with my mindset work? And the beautiful thing about becoming the abundant version of yourself is that, like, you guys have all recognized that accountability is a really massive thing. So, just the fact that you're accountable to your check ins, being on this call, like you show up and you constantly do it. Continue to seek that. Continue to seek growth. Continue to seek how can you continue to invest in yourself? How can you continue to really be dialed in on this? Because I'll say, yeah, I could do the mindset work. And like I kind of was journaling and kind of meditating and kind of like doing the thing. But then once I had to report to somebody on a week to week basis, then my mindset work was sharp. Like now I don't miss, right? So what that is going to look like, right? It's not about like journaling once in a while. It's not about being a positive person and all of that stuff, right? It's making it an intentional habits to align with your mind and align with your goals. And I a million percent like promise you, the moment that you start doing this, you're going to start to think differently. You're going to start to act differently. Your consistency is going to absolutely blow through the roof, right? So last week I'm on the call with my mentor and I'm like, now this happy person when like in July I was crashing down and so stressed. He's like, wow, you've been so happy lately. I'm like, yeah, because I've been doing hypnosis like for the past 3 months, and like it's really obviously rewiring. So things that you can do on a daily basis. I kind of and all of this moving forward, find what works for you. I will like explore what works for you because this is what works for me. And what work I don't know what Maria writes in her journal. She probably doesn't know like she doesn't know what I write in my journal, right? Find what your thing is, right? Find what you're thinking about. Find how this looks like for you. So for me, I do 3 mindset sessions per day. That's a little excessive. I would recommend at least at the bare minimum one, but I really don't think that one is enough. I really do think that we need two, one in the morning and one at the end of the day. The reason that I do 3 is because I need a transition from work to the rest of my life. So I like to do a really small journaling session. And I know sometimes you guys are very wired after work. If you have like a post work transition mindset work, it has helped me a lot. So what I do in the morning is future ideation. Who am I becoming? This is like full what is the abundance that I am becoming? Who am I? So I have different affirmations that I like to work with. I usually repeat them for a course of like 3 weeks or so, but I repeat this version of me, right? So I talk about like who I am in the fitness community, what I do for you guys, like have that in an affirmation, but like who is that future version of you? Another thing that you can do in the morning is reminding yourself of your goals and your habits. So, what are you setting up? Like setting yourself up for the day, setting up your habits for the day. All right. I won't say that I personally say, like, I'm going to get my workouts and my steps and like XYZ. No, because you guys have seen the way that I schedule my day. Every single hour is fucking planned out. It's really crazy, but it works for me. And I've gotten to that step, right? If you're feeling like you're falling short of some habits, then you should be telling yourself what habits are you going to complete today in the morning. So now you are in that position of power. I am powerful and I will show up as X today. I don't know what X means for you, but you figure that out. What do you want that to be? Right? It could be so many different things. But who, like, show up as that highest version of yourself and set the tone in the morning. So now you wake up, you are her, and then you go about crossing off all of these habits that you do. Morning intentions, that kind of goes into there as well. And then meditation. So my meditation in the morning, so I kind of put this as like blue is a little bit of morning, and then this is what I do in the evening. So meditation is something that I've been doing both times a day because Maria has been meditating for 21 days, and obviously I'm gonna hop on that. I'll talk about that in a little bit because I feel like I'm still learning the art of meditation. So my meditation in the morning is future. How can I just build up this energy within myself that like I am that powerful source, right? My meditation at night is completely different. It's just shutting my mind down because anxiety loves to trickle in. How can I shut my mind down and how can I put nothing else matters for the day kind of mentality, right? So at the end of the day, I'm doing this, whether you're writing that down or just doing some sort of meditation, right? And then, I mean, sorry, at the beginning of the day. And at the end of the day, I'm doing some type of word dump, mental clarity. Like I like to write down a to-do list for tomorrow, just because it helps my little anxious little thoughts, my little overwhelm. I like to write down like tomorrow I have to do XYZ because writing it down makes me feel like I already am in control of it and it's like so over. I don't have to stress about it. Reminders of goals and habits, also talking about like don't ever stop repeating your goals. Don't ever stop repeating them to yourself. Like repeat them. I just got the chills. Repeat them so much that like you hold them so close in your hand. It's almost impossible for you to not find a way to achieve them. Right? Even if it does feel impossible. Because there are sometimes goals that I write down, I'm like, how the am I going to do that? I don't know, but I will damn sure know that I'm going to write this goal down until I figure it out, right? So write that down. Have it so close to who you are. Something that I do at night as well is like I celebrate the day. What are the things that I did well? Like a lot of things like celebrate it. Hype yourself up. Gratitude. Goals for tomorrow and then winding down. At the end of my journaling at night, I always write down nothing else matters, only sleep because that's the way that my brain will shut it down. Because realistically, I could write down my goals and get really hyped and think of all these ideas, and that's not what I want. So I write down nothing else matters, only sleep. All right. Now, again, this is what works for me. Explore what works for you. So when I first started journaling, does anybody journal here? Can I get like, yes? If you've never journaled and you're like, that's a little bit overwhelming, what the fuck do I write down? I started with prompts. So I just started answering questions. Every day I had like questions to answer and then I answer them. Eventually you just find your flow. All right. Now, morning mindset versus evening mindset, I kind of went this already. Morning is intentions, goals, future self anchoring, starting the day with clarity and energy. Evening mindset is more of that word dump, reflection, goal, completion check, letting the brain rest, reducing stress, sleeping better. I know we've gotten a lot of like recently, like, hey, it's been difficult for me to get deep sleep. This will help you get deep sleep because you're turning off your brain. All right. So a little bit of the two. That's why I think it is so important for you to make sure that you are doing the both. Now, if you tell me, okay, I'm just going to do it in the morning. Mornings work well for me. Cool. And then at the end of the day, did you realize that you didn't actually cross off that habit that you wrote off in the morning? What's your plan for tomorrow? Right? Make sure that you are on track with both. You're making the goals and you're making sure that you hit the goals. Also, celebrating your goals and being like, damn, I did that. Now at night, you're seeing yourself as successful. And it's so much easier for you to kind of repeat that. And I don't know about you, but I have like 7 personalities. So when I wake up in the morning and when I go to sleep at night, I'm like a different person. So I need a little bit of something different at night. All right. Now we're creating mental space and we're creating momentum. Now, the tiers to this. Also, it doesn't have to be super overwhelming. And like how I say, the beauty of doing mindset work is that like just do it because it really becomes addicting. Does anybody feel like you can't not work out because it's almost like your body's not going to feel good anymore? Right? It's the same thing, right? You're like, oh, yes, Audra, if I don't work out, my brain's not going to feel good. Mindset work is the same exact thing. You almost become so addicted to it because you're like, it like that's your moment to yourself. We give to so many people throughout the day. We give our energy. We just do so much. Like this is the moment for yourself. And my favorite part of the day is me, right? That's the reason that I'm able to show up here to you guys, to my family, to anybody in my life, because my favorite part of the day is me. So it could be a 5 minute thing. It could be a 2 minute thing. It could be a 15 minute thing. It could be a 30 minute thing. If you're obviously meditating, that's when it becomes much longer. But sometimes I'm so tired. And at night, I literally write down, like, I am so tired. And it's like 1.5 sentence. And then I shut my book, but I make sure that I don't miss it because the habit is more important than what I'm writing down. So feel what you need. Do you need a 5 minutes? Do you need 15? Are you really good at meditating that you do like a 20-minute meditation? Feel what you need at what point of the day. And it doesn't have to be the same thing every day. Feel what you need. But this has to be something like brushing your teeth. Now, what we're going for here, I'm gonna sip of water. What we're going for here is an identity shift. The moment that you shift your identity, results become endless. The moment that you tell yourself, right, that, for example, like in this Fitchick community or with your nutrition, I feel like that's the biggest one with your habits. The moment that you shift your identity in the way that you eat and the way that you carry yourself and the way that you go about your habits throughout the day, the easier this is, right? Because, and you can all probably agree to this, when you started this journey, there's that old version of yourself and she likes to clash with that new version of yourself. So you're like fighting. And there's a big like shift. I usually put it at like 3 to 4 months. There's a big shift where like at the beginning you're like, yay, it's so motivating. I'm starting this journey. And then there's that old version of yourself that like this is hard. I don't want to eat this way. I don't want to meal prep anymore. I actually like not having to meal prep or track my calories. I actually want to go out to brunch or like I don't want to eat healthy. Like that version of yourself is like, why are you planning your meals? Just let me freaking have my Cheez-Its at night. Like she will try to pull you down. But that new version of yourself has to pull through because she doesn't even want to eat Cheez-Its at night. She thinks those are gross, right? But if we don't allow ourselves to have that identity shift, then we're constantly just going back to the old version of yourself that you don't even like. You don't even like her. Let her go. Right? So if you keep acting as that old version of yourself, you're going to continue getting those old results. So when we go for fat loss goals, muscle growth goals, confidence, habits, all of that is going to unlock once you shift your identity. It's going to be hard. It'll happen. Just let it happen. Right? So a woman who identifies as disciplined, powerful, she eats different. She trains different. She shows up as different. So imagine if you told yourself every morning that you are disciplined and powerful. Even if you're like a little bit inconsistent right now, if you wrote down, I am disciplined and powerful, I guarantee you're going to be more consistent. All right. Now, that next level in your fitness, in your fit chick journey, nutrition and training are the vehicles. They get you to the goal. But until you realize that the mindset is actually the fuel, nutrition and training won't work because you're going to keep battling with those. You're going to keep on this cycle of like nutrition, healthy eating is just not who I am. Yes, it is. You're just not there yet. You haven't allowed her to take over, right? So without this, what we do is, again, we're doing all of the work, but we're feeling burnt out. I'm doing so much on a day to day. Maria and I had this conversation yesterday. She's like, I'm so tired. We do so much. And I'm like, I feel the same exact way. Every single day we have something to do. But what are we gonna do? We're not gonna do it. Like what's the other alternative? So the only other way is to actually see all of those things that we're doing as a good thing. So without mindset work, you're gonna feel burnt out. With it, you're gonna feel strength, consistency, confidence. Without the mindset work, you're gonna feel like everything sucks. Things just don't happen for me. I hate that. It's just my body. It's my genetics. This runs in my family. Have you guys seen that meme like XYZ runs in your family? And it's like, well, no one runs in your family. That's why this is like happening. And I think that was fucking hilarious. But like we kind of get into that, right? Like everything sucks. Calorie deficit is so hard. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Things just don't happen for me. But when you're doing this, you realize that you always win. You always win. I always get what I want. It is so intense at how good I am at getting what I want. Put yourself in that position. There is no possible way that you will not get to any goal. So the reason I have Project Fit Chick here, the logo, um, is because these 3 levels, we do a lot of things in threes. But the first 6 months of your journey, you're like in this foundation here. You're getting the workouts, you're getting the nutrition, you're getting the training, like accountability, you're getting to the goal. And then you realize like, oh, this is possible. I can succeed at XYZ. You see yourself as possible. But getting to this level here is when you repeat the same actions over and over and over again. So conversation that I had with Crystal, a couple weeks ago, is that Crystal's got to the point where like, if you see me post about her, like you've seen her journey, she's fucking been crushing it. Like identity shift to the max. And she said a new habit, forgot what exactly it was. It was like to read or something before. And she was like, gonna tell us to take it off of her thing. She wasn't hitting the habit. And I was like, Crystal, you've been working with us for 8 months. If you tell me that you are not somebody that can set a habit and hit that fucking habit, we have a lot of work to do. That tells you that right there shows you that you still have to work on getting to that next level. Because when we're in level 2, we're setting new habits, we're setting that new identity. But when we're at level 3, it's more of I set a habit, I hit that habit. I set a goal, I hit that goal. Like you're always constantly doing the thing, right? So 21-day mindset challenge. I want every single one of you to do this for the next 21 days and for the rest of your life. Every single day for the next 21 days. Do at least one of the tiers of mindset work. Either it be 5 minutes, 30 minutes. I really urge you to explore all of the things. There is no 0 days. There is no 0 days. Tell yourself, like, there is no 0 days. Every single day I'm going to do this, right? Using your checklist or your tracker, right? We're doing my morning mindset or evening mindset or both. Now, something that I want you to, every single one of you to do after this call is to message us. If you're not a cross things off on the app person, then don't do this. But if you're genuinely not, like I'm not a cross this thing off my app person, but I'll do XYZ. So if that's not you and you trust yourself, you're gonna do the habit, fine. But if you like to use that as like a daily reminder and you want the reminder from the app, message us and tell us if you want us to put daily mindset so that you can just cross off daily mindset when you do it, or if you want a morning mindset and an evening mindset. So it's almost like you have 2 habits and you cross it off in the morning and you cross it off in the evening. Reason I give you the option is because brains that work differently. Whatever works better for you, let me know. And then I'll set that for the next 21 days so that you can just check it off. All right. So write that down, messages. 21 days it takes to build a habit and rewire your brain, right? If you get past that, it's going to start to feel like who you are. So my hypnosis, the first day I signed up with her, she's like, if you're going to sign up with me, you have to do the next 3 months. I was like, oh, okay, cool. She's like, because if you do anything under 3 months, like every 21 days, we can set an affirmation, but like it's going to take that much for you to genuinely start to shift who you are. And I was like, okay, well, you're the person. Tell me, hypnotize me, kind of thing. All right. But really, let's do at least 21 days so that you can feel how that feels. Now, the cool thing about habits and 21 days, what I've realized is that it's very exciting to do a habit for 30 days. Everybody loves a 30-day challenge, a 21-day challenge. So once that 21 days, if you want me to set it longer, let me know. But I urge you to like get to 60. When you get to 60 and beyond, I feel like that's really when it happens. I've done things for 30. I've done things for 60, but when I said a 90-day, like I keep pushing it because I know I just have gotten to know how I personally do with habits. So ask yourself that question again, what is going to work for you? Now, what if you don't do this? I mean, you don't have to. I'm not forcing you to do anything. But do we want to continue to live as that overwhelmed version of myself? I tend to miss habits. I tend to maybe not be in the most positive mindset. Like, one, I think that you have nothing to lose. Because before I started doing this daily, like recently and doing hypnosis, I was just like, okay, cool. Like, I mean, I'm pretty positive. Again, I'm pretty positive. I say that you have nothing to lose. See what happens. See what happens if you do this for the next 3 months. Like, see who you become, right? Now, if you want to get to the next level, again, remember that you have to master that inner game. And once you reach that next level, you're going to set the bar even higher. Has anybody ever set a PR? And then the moment that you set a PR, like you barely even put the weights down, you're already setting the next PR. It's the reality. Like you're always setting new levels. You're always setting higher standards. So this is you setting that higher standard. And you're going to do that for the rest of your life. You're going to set goals for the rest of your life. And as long as you continue to do the mindset work, setting goals for you is no problem. Setting goals for you is exciting. Did you know that people don't set goals because they already think that they're not going to achieve goals? There's so many people that I talk to that like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. Like I won't achieve that. I'm like, what? That's so crazy. Like fearing setting goals should be something that like terrifies you. Setting goals should be exciting. It shouldn't, if it's fearful, it's like, ooh, that's a little nerve-wracking. Cool, how am I gonna do that? But it shouldn't be like, I fear setting goals because I always fall short. Right? Again, going back to the mindset work. So, little recap of what that should look like. If you want to screenshot this, if you want me to send it to you, I can send it to you. But I really like this system. And then something that has helped me are these three apps. One, this insight timer is what Maria mentioned that she's been meditating. I love that thing. I just listen to whatever she's listening to. There's so many different options on there. The meditations are really good. There's a bunch of different lengths. I love a sweet spot of like 10 to 15 minutes. But yeah, really, really good app in terms of meditation. I also like the Finch app. It's like a fun little mental health app. It's really good at habit tracking. You have this little pet thing, and it's really cute and like self-care, and you have a set of habits on a day-to-day, and you check off those habits, and you buy your little Finch little clothes. It's really cute. My favorite thing to do, honestly, at the end of the day. Everybody that I spoke to that uses this app, I actually got it from Christine, who's in the program as well, also loves it. Something that I do with Finch, if anybody downloads it, I only touch it at the end of the night, but I tell myself I'm not allowed to open the app unless I journal. So I like to kind of habit stack, right? Habit stacking is key. So if you're like, I'm not allowed to brush my teeth unless I meditate, then you got to meditate in order to go brush your teeth. Habit stacking, right? And then ChatGPT. Why ChatGPT? If you're not sure how to journal and you think that you're going to stare at this page and you don't know like what to write, ask ChatGPT. I'm working on like XYZ goals. I want to get into journaling. What questions can I answer on a day-to-day basis? And then it'll give you some questions. And you'll be like, no, narrow that down. That's too many. You give me like 15. Give me three. And then pick out the ones that work well for you. So maybe it's what am I grateful for today? And you're writing that down. What are my goals for the next, I don't know, what's my goals for tomorrow? Like, what are my all-time goals? And I always recommend putting some type of affirmation on there. But if you're not sure how to guide yourself through journaling, I thrive off of ChatGPT. Sometimes you guys ask me for prompts too, and I'm like, all right, let me put this into ChatGPT exactly what they told me, so you guys can just kind of do that on your own. And that's cool. I don't know what happened here. And that is it for today. Remember our mantra that food is love and strength is power. Do we have any questions? Downloaded. Mental health Tamagotchi? Yes, it's so cute. I used to play with Club Penguin, and it's a penguin. It's so cute. I feel like I've done in therapy, I've done like a lot of inner child work. So like I almost think of my Finch as like my inner child. And like it is very like childish in a sense. So like your the Finch will talk to you like once a day, and then you have to respond back. So it talks to you as like literally a child. And I talk to it back, like I'll answer its question and I'm like, what would I wish somebody would have told me to like when I was younger? And it's very healing. And I feel like I'm raising and going through my traumas again and raising like somebody that's confident and abundant. So it's a really cute app. You can add friends too. I have two friends on there. Insight timer is the best. I'm gonna try Finch. Yes, I literally DM the coaches to ask for basically help with this. Yes, we're also when it comes to your mindset work, like we do a lot of it. Maria's done so much therapy in her past. She talks a lot about it. I've done so much different mindset work. I've worked with like an excessive amount of mentors in my life. If you're not sure how to like maneuver all of this, like what does mindset work mean to me? Like, let us help you. But really, something that I've learned about my journey is like it's so ever flowing and there's no like being good at it. You just have to find what you actually like. Definitely downloading Fitch. Proud to say that my therapist broke up with me. Yeah. But my therapist is like, you don't have to come every week. I was like, me? And then I remember I went back like a year ago. She's like, Nicole, you have to start coming every week. Like, my bad. I know. Any questions? Questions or anything that anybody would like to share in terms of, I don't know, anything?
I'm gonna nerd out for a second because a few people have mentioned sleep, and I work with brain injury. I'm a certified brain injury specialist. So I work a lot on like sleep hygiene with my patients. But one thing that I would recommend, especially as the day's getting shorter, if anybody's struggling to wake up in the morning, is getting one of those sunrise lamps. It has changed my life, especially if you suffer from the SADS in the winter. And if you're on the East Coast, definitely highly recommend. It'll make it much easier for you to wake up. Because basically, like if you set your alarm at 6 a.m., then at like 5:30, it starts to gradually make the room lighter and it emulates a sunrise. And so your body's lifting from the deeper stages of sleep to the lighter stages of sleep. It makes it easier for you to wake up and get up out of bed. So you're not like waking up in the darkness and like wanting to die. So that has definitely changed my life. The other thing I used to track sleep, this was a gift. It is quite expensive, but I use the Whoop. It looks like this. I don't know if you guys
Mm,
have seen this. It is really, really incredible tracking both fitness and sleep habits. Like there's a lot of things that I never realized were like influencing my sleep quality, like nasal strips, because I like snore at night, so I have nasal obstructions. And when you track your habits on it, it'll tell you over the course of a month what impacts your sleep quality the most. So it is something that I would recommend, but it's like a yearly subscription. I think it's like 200 something dollars. It is quite expensive. So if you already use an Apple Watch, I don't know that it's worth it, but if you're looking for something to track your habits, it is really, really good. And it's helped me with my sleep quality a lot.
I like that. I've
Yeah.
heard amazing things of the lamp. Like,
Yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it,
amazing.
especially if you struggle with getting out of bed in the morning. It's literally changed my life, like especially in the winters when it's still dark outside at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
highly
appreciate that.
recommend.
Thank you for the
I have
recommendation.
a question for Alba, actually, now that you're
Oh,
talking about sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm a mouth breather when I sleep. Should I get like that tape? Have you heard
Um,
of that?
Yes, that can help. But it also like depends on why. Like if you're having nasal obstructions, like I would go to an ENT and see if there's any interventions that they would recommend. But
Okay,
mouth tape
that's
can
fair.
help. Yeah. Or I just use like the nasal strips. Like it's like the plastic nasal strips and they help so much with opening up your airways. But yeah, especially if you're feeling tired all the time, you might have some sleep apnea. Like going to a sleep pulmonologist might be helpful.
No, it's not bad. It's that I wake up and I'm like, oh shit. Like I wake up and I realize my mouth is open. And then every time I go to the dentist, they ask me, hey, do you sleep with your mouth open? And I'm like, I wouldn't know. I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I
But my husband says I do.
yeah.
I don't
Um,
have any
I
nasal issues or anything, but
I
like
have sleep apnea. This is Liz, and it sounds like you have sleep apnea.
Yeah, that could be.
oh,
I was
that's
like, it does
fun.
I'm
sound like, yeah.
sorry.
Oh
Because when
well.
you wake yourself up, it means you have sleep apnea. I just found out I have mild sleep apnea, and it game
Oh,
changes when you do stuff, but like you most likely do.
no, so okay, maybe I should rephrase what I said. I don't wake up suddenly, but when I wake up in the mornings, like my alarm goes off, my like whole mouth is dry and I realize like, oh, my mouth has been open.
Yes, we
Shit.
we hear you. You have sleep apnea.
Okay, cool.
I would go to an
I was
ENT and
Good
I
just
for
was in
me.
denial
start.
about it as well. I'm sorry. I was in denial.
Yeah,
I didn't wake up the whole night, and then I woke up in the morning. My throat is dry. It's been open the whole time. It's yeah.
there's a
Cool. Well, I
possibility.
have insurance now, so I should probably go to the doctor.
We love that. Also, sleep apnea looks different in women than it does in men, and it's diagnosed differently. So just keep that in mind because you know all the studies are all based on bum ass men. But um, make sure that you do
As
your.
usual.
But it might be worth like getting an evaluation, like going to a pulmonologist. Like if you're sure you don't have any nasal obstructions because you've been to an ENT, then like I would go to a sleep pulmonologist.
Okay.
Yeah, especially if you're
Well,
feeling
thank
tired
you.
all the time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Does anybody have any other questions for Alba? She's she's here. She
yes,
walked in.
step into my office.
Ooh, this turns into sleep talk. I like it. I like taking a break. We did go to question. Do you have a lamp brand recommendation?
Oh yeah, I'll have to check. I think mine is the Philips brand. They kind of range between like 50 to 100. I bought one that was a little bit more expensive because I just wanted a good one. But I can post the link to the one that I got on Amazon in the chat for
Cool.
sure.
Appreciate that.
But there are cheaper alternatives as well. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
I also have the
Life-changing,
Amazon.
literally life-changing.
Yeah, I need to. I was thinking about one, but I wear an eye mask, so like
It
I
well,
have to
I
darken
mean,
my room completely in order to not wear my eye mask. But that's the goal for when I get my house. So
especially if you're like a 5 a.m. girly or you want to be a 5 a.m. girly,
yeah,
what's been helping me wake up.
yeah,
Yep. It's
cool.
very cool.
Appreciate it. Any
Yeah.
other questions or anything before
I
we?
think I have a question for Alba, actually.
Yes, I love this call.
Okay, it's just kind of occurring to me right now, Alba. I can wake up really easily, whether it be light or sound or anything like that. So I do have blackout windows, and I sleep with earplugs. Typically, my alarm goes off, and I'll snooze it, but before the snooze goes off, I'm up. Um, do you think I'm potentially just really tired throughout the day because I just lay in bed after my alarm goes off, and I'm not really like fully falling back asleep? I'm kind of just wanting to go back to sleep, but just not. Is that potentially why my days feel so drowsy and bleh?
There's like so many things that it could be. It also like depends on how restful your sleep is. Like if you're getting deep sleep throughout the night. So if you're not getting into REM sleep, that could be it. You could have some potential sleep apnea without knowing it. Yeah. So
Everybody, all got sleep
we all
apnea.
got sleep apnea. Women are really underdiagnosed, and it's really frustrating. And I got gaslit by all the doctors.
Makes sense. Yep.
And then it was like I lost some weight and like it's kind of stopped, but I still had it. And like I started having really bad brain fog. And I was like, I'm a cognitive therapist, like not, and I have ADHD and I'm like, I'm already fighting for my life. But it could be a number of things. So we can totally like chat about it personally as well. But it might be also like oxygenation during sleep. Like there's a lot of things that could be, but it sounds like you have some good sleep hygiene habits already, like with the blackout curtains and everything.
Mhm,
Also, there's some studies that show that CBD helps with sleep quality as well,
mhm, mhm.
like CBD supplements. So that's something that you could look into, but we can totally chat about it more. Like we can, I'm not a doctor. I always have to say, I'm a speech therapist. So I always have to tell my patients, like, I'm not a doctor, but here's all my input in this like field. But like, if anything, we can talk out like where I think you could see a specific type of doctor that could give you more answers. Because if you're sleeping throughout the night, you're still feeling tired, like that could be some like lack of oxygen to the.
Mhm. Oh my gosh, I'm dying in my sleep.
Yeah.
Nicole, is it a option in the chat to chat with people individually other than you and Maria? Question mark.
I Maria, do you know the answer to that question? I don't think there is, but I can.
There's not an option.
You
No.
can you
Either
can
be creeps and follow each other on
Yeah,
Instagram,
I was gonna say I can
or just
totally.
tag each other.
I'm gonna send Carla. I'm gonna send you Alba's Instagram. By the way,
Okay, I was gonna say so we could start like a horoscope side chat. Just because
oh,
today's
I love it.
conversation
I
was all
can make
about,
I can
yeah.
make chats. Like
Okay.
we have a couple random like wake up chats. There's like a macro chat with people that are like working on the same thing. If you
Hmm.
want me to put in chat, I'll put you in there. I don't talk in them. But I'll put you in there. Just let me know. I'm always down. But in terms of you guys like connecting outside of here, Instagram, I actually realized that a lot of you follow each other. I don't even know how, but it's really cool. And I'm like, that's so cute. Evelyn was like commenting on, I forgot who it was, his kids. And I'm like, what the hell is happening here? But I like it. So if anybody needs Instagrams, I got you with connections.
Oh yeah, we never give out anybody's Instagram and nobody's information. I
Yeah.
want to
I think
Let
it's like
everyone know that
tag
now.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it was Erica was commenting on like Christine going to Iceland. And I'm
How you know?
like how I don't know. It was one of the events or something, but I'm here for it. But yeah, in
Yeah.
terms of connecting, you guys obviously can share each other's Instagram and in the groups, or I can share it if you want.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Cool. Any other questions before I let you guys go? No? Okay, cool. Message me. Someone needs to see my grumpy IG that won't upload. Uh, um, Message me if you want me to put the habits on your page so that you guys can check those off. And again, if you are not sure about like how do I get this whole like mindset thing, you don't have to be perfect at it. Figure it. One, I urge you to figure it out on your own, but also use us as a source because we can help you figure it out on your own. I can't figure it out for you. I can't meditate for you and decide what meditations are best for you. Cool. I love you guys. I'll see you in check-ins. Goodbye.